That'll be
we'll do
great.
this. So, on the occasion of Guru Purnima, it's a privilege and honor to welcome the distinguished scholar of Vedic astrology, Sri Raman Ji. Born in one of the most respected lineage of Jyotisha, Sir carry forwards the invaluable legacy of legendary Dr. V.V. Raman sir. And it's not just a name, it's not just a research. Any serious astrological concept and any serious astrology student have read the research, be it their magazine, which right now Sir is the senior editor of the Astrological eMagazine. The few of the concepts are fabulous, be it Vastu, be it any Vedic concept. Personally, I myself use that many research to enhance my knowledge. And I request you all, because see, it's very easy to make a video after reading a book or reading an article, but it's very hard to put the knowledge, research on it, and give it into the article. People right now using chat GPT and everything, but believe me, they were there when internet was not there. And the research which is put down through the lineages is so invaluable. Like few of the questions I will ask Sir, if he will be agreeing to answer. I have few of the doubts I have asked in the comment section also. Now the stage is with the Sir. Sir, I will request you to kindly move forward with your session. And in between, whenever you will allow me, I will ask few of the questions which are the doubts of not only me, but many of the students. Please, Sir.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the uh, very warm introduction. And I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought it would be a one-to-one call, but I'm pleasantly surprised that we have such a, I think what I can see about 35
Actually, sir,
participants.
it's more than 100. Just
Is it?
because the time zone is so different. Because there in Australia, actually, we have the seminar at night time, approx 8 to 9. But I will be making it free for everybody. It's not like everybody in the internet and YouTube section will get your nectar of knowledge. I will not keep it private. That I have promised each and every student, because it's very rare that people like you come up and gives share the knowledge to us. That too live. Thank you, sir. Please.
My pleasure. Um, where do you want to start? I Why don't we do this way? Since most of us are students of Jyotisha, I will. Can I take that most of you are students of Jyotisha? You have
Yeah,
studied some
yeah,
this.
we are no, we are actually student. Just believe us, we don't know anything. 90% here are totally beginners. Few like Sandeep ji and Mohit ji, they are on a bit advanced level, but we are totally new.
Okay, okay. So good. So congratulations on starting your journey in Jyotisha. I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Okay. Now, very few people actually get the blessing, I would say, to actually study this knowledge of Jyotisha. And why I say this, that very few people get this blessing of Jyotisha is because when we look at Veda and when we look at Vedanga, Jyotisha is considered to be the eye of Vedas. And the reason why it is called eye of Veda is primarily because eye is perhaps among all the sensory organs, perhaps the greatest of insight that you get from a percentage perspective, from a receptive perspective. Eye is the maximum contribution. Next comes other sense organs like touch, hear, taste, and other things. But eye is the most important thing. So, studying Jyotisha itself is an extremely privileged thing to do. In fact, it says that a person who actually studies Jyotisha, who does Jyotisha sadhana, um, essentially is on his path itself towards moksha. Just the sheer study of Jyotisha itself takes you in the path of moksha, in the path of spiritual realization. So one of the greatest things that you're doing of studying Jyotisha is a very good blessing for you. Please continue. But when you study Jyotisha, and especially today when we are in this in the age of AI, one of the things that I would all recommend you to do is to not study Jyotisha in a superstitious manner. I want each one of you to study Jyotisha in a spirit of scientific inquiry. Now, are you all able to communicate there? I think I
Yes,
can
sir.
see
Yes, sir.
everybody here. Let me see if I can go to a different view. Mm,
Gallery view, sir. You can go to gallery view. You can see everybody.
gal- gallery view. Okay, perfect. Now I can see pretty much. Okay, many I can see. Excellent. So maybe you can just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, so that way I know that you're not frozen and I can see you all. But as
Sure,
I
sir.
start speaking, I'll ask a simple question to you. As I told you, one is I think you should start speaking in a language of scientific spirit. But most importantly, when you study Jyotisha, make one promise to yourself. Make a promise that whatever you study is studied in a very scientific manner and in an absolute manner. Now, what does it mean? I'll give you an example. Let us assume that I have a cube. So right now I don't have a cube, so this is assume that there's a cube there. Now, how many sides does this cube have? How many sides does this cube have?
Anybody want to answer? Yes.
Yes, I can see some symbols. 6 sides. Somebody said 6. Okay. Anybody says 5, 8, 9? No. Okay. Everybody's agreeing at 6, right? So let's for a minute
So
say
it's
this is
8.
8,
12. So cube have
12
8.
cubed. Okay. Let's figure it out. Let's assume that I have a cube in front of me. Let us go with the majority, which says 6 right now. Okay. Yes, Anupama ji.
12.
12.
Cube is 12.
Okay. So let's go this way. For a minute, let us assume that it is 6 and test it out. Okay. So 6, there's a front side, there's a back side. So that's 2. There's a left side, there's a right side. That's another 2. Then there is a top and then there is a bottom. That's 2 more. So 6 sides, right? You're all frozen, I think.
No, 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 sir. No one is frozen, sir.
Okay, no one is frozen.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So thumbs up, six sides, isn't it? Excellent. Oh, now I can see all you. Thumbs ups are coming. Excellent. 6 sides. Now we all agree that this is the top and this is the front. Is that right? Again, a thumbs up.
Yes.
Yes. Now this is the top. Now what I did was I took this cube and turned it 90 degrees. After turning 90 degrees, now which is the top?
The upper side, the back side will become top.
The back will become top. Okay. Why? What happened to the top side? Previously, we had said this was top. Okay,
It
so you're
come in
telling
front
this
of
will
you.
this will come in the front.
Change in
Okay.
perspective.
So what actually happened is we are using the theory of relativity, isn't it? I used
Yes.
me as my reference. I didn't use any of you as the reference. I used me as the reference. And I said, this is front, this is back, and I turned it, and then again this becomes front and back. So I used me as my reference. Now, that's not how you should be thinking when it comes to Jyotisha. That's the primary mistake that people do. You should instead be thinking in an absolute manner, not a relative manner, an absolute manner.
Right.
Same thing. Let me look at it in a different manner. I say this cube has 2 sides, the inside and the outside. If I take this cube, I turn it 90 degrees. Does the inside change?
No.
Does the outside change?
No.
So I have a cube, and if I say there is a coffee mug, which is outside the cube. Is that a right communication?
Yes.
Is that an absolute communication? Now, if I take this and I keep it in Mars, I keep it in Moon, I keep it in some other place, and I still say this mug is outside the cube, does it make sense?
Yes.
You see how much of absolute communication is there? There's absolutely no problem. Or suppose I say there is a chocolate inside the box. If I take this box again, move it to America, Antarctica, any place where we want, it still is inside the box. So absolute communication. So that is where you have to shun away relativity. Jyotisha will only work when you understand everything in an absolute language. And remember, whatever you understand should be in a way in which a 10-year-old or a 15-year-old teenager should also understand, and a NASA scientist also should understand. So when you actually study Jyotisha, you have to make sure that you understand it in a scientific manner, in an absolute manner, in a way everybody agrees to it. Now the same cube, instead of cube, let me replace that with a human body. We just learned that there are two sides, isn't it? So inside and outside. So this is me, right? I have an inside and I have an outside. Similarly, you have an inside, you have an outside, isn't it? Now let's start giving names to this. What do you call everything around me? Now this place that I'm sitting, this is a hall that I'm sitting. What do you call? You can call this a hall. You go a little different. You want to call it a house, right? You want to call it an area, say Oakley. You want to further call it, say, something else. Let's give a name that all of us agree.
It's a room. We can agree with that.
You want to call it a room?
Definitely.
Okay. What else do you want to use? Can others unmute and speak?
Yes, yes, it's available for all, sir. Sandeep ji, what would you like to call, or anybody else? But one at a time.
Or is there a chat window? Do you want to put it in the chat window?
I will open the chat window. Just open it.
Yeah, that will be easier, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you
And if I
type
go
on the window?
over time, just let me know.
No, sir. It's there's nothing about time here. We are here to learn,
Okay.
and
So
this will go till night 12 o'clock,
okay.
one after the other.
Excellent. So room, outside, environment, excellent. Environment is a great environment, beautiful, surrounding, excellent. Okay, now I'm seeing some very good answers coming in. So three people have said environment. I love it. Okay, surrounding, yes, everything is fine. Can we all agree? I'll give a suggestion and let me see if you all agree. Because remember, I told you all of us should agree to this. If I agree and you don't agree, that means we're not continuing this conversation. All of us should agree. And that's the beauty of Jyotisha. Suppose I say all these things that is around me is nature. Do you agree?
Yes.
The house, the animals, the birds, the insects, the trees, the hills, the beaches, rivers, everything.
Yes.
We all agree, right? Nature.
Yes.
So that's the first good progress. Now, next, I will give another suggestion. What do you call this body? Can I just call it me for convenience?
Sure.
A human body?
Yes.
We all agree, right? Human body. We'll just call it me, human body. Now, this is exactly the fundamental. Whatever I'm teaching you is the foundational aspect of Jyotisha. The outside is nature. The inside is the body. The outside, nature. Inside, body. Outside, Prakruti. Inside, Purusha. Purusha, Prakruti. This is the Purusha, Prakruti concept. Yes, Purusha is within the Prakriti. But then, for it to exist, for it to understand, a Purusha should be there. So that's why there is a Purusha and there is Prakriti. Now, do you have control over Prakriti? Do you have control over nature?
No.
No. If it rains, do you have control over it? Can you stop the rain? Can you say, chuck, chuck, stop the rain? Clouds, move away. Can you say that? No?
No.
Can you suddenly get up to tomorrow and say, sun, 15 minutes before you start your sunrise? Can you say that?
No.
Can you
No.
move the moon like this? Can you move the clouds like this? You don't have absolutely any control over yourself, isn't it?
Yes.
So what does it mean? You are too small in this world. You don't have control over what nature gives you. Right? But when it rains, you can do something very interesting. If you're in a beautiful place like Bangalore, if it rains, you can go there and just enjoy the rain.
True.
Or if you need to go out, you can always carry an umbrella. You can hold an umbrella and you can go. Or if you are in a very urgent and you don't want to get drenched, you can wear a raincoat. Or you can go in a car instead of a two-wheeler and save yourself from rain. Now, what did we just learn now? We learned that we don't have control over nature. But when nature does something, we can respond to it in a right manner, in a manner in which it suits me or it doesn't suit me.
Yes.
I can decide saying that, no, I'm going to get drenched, I'm going to spoil all my life. I can do that as well. Or I can say, I'm not going to get drenched, I'm going to stay indoors. Or, hey, you know what, I have to go to this place, but let me carry an umbrella or let me wear a raincoat and go. Right? So there are two things that we observed. What nature gave, which we don't have control over, and the response we give back to nature. Now,
Yes.
what nature gave is called fate.
Yes.
We absolutely don't have control over that. Now, when somebody says it's your fate, yes, it's your fate. You absolutely don't have control over it. We are too tiny to control nature. But then when I'm able to use that to my advantage or use that and plan to make my life better, I give a response back to nature. And that is what is called free will.
Yes.
So you just learned two concepts, fate and free will. Jyotisha exactly works this way. That is why this sacred sign, it's one of the most sacred signs that you get. That is why this sacred science is called Jyotisha. It is not Jyotishya, like how we say. Look at the Samskrita, how it's word,
Yes.
Jyotisha.
Jyotish.
Now, what does Jyotisha as a word mean? Jyotisha is a context describing science. It's a science of empowerment. When you are in a dark room, and if suddenly there is a scare and you want to run away, you do not know how to run away. You do not know how to navigate because you can't see anything.
True.
On the other hand, if I give you a small torch, you automatically can see everything. You know where the furniture is, where the door is, where the window is, where the wall is. So you don't go bump into the wall. You know exactly this is the door. In between, I have these obstacles. So let me plan my route like this. As I start planning, I know that there is some broken glasses that are falling. So let me be careful. Let me jump across and let me go forward. So what happened? Nothing changed outside. All we did was we just gave you a torch and the torch illuminated things. Right? The moment it illuminated, you used your own brain. You used your own senses. You used your own intelligence to navigate. Jyoti exactly does that. It illuminates things. That's why it's called Jyotisha, because it illuminates things. The moment you start studying this Jyotisha, you start getting illuminated about things, about yourself, about the environment in which you live, about what is coming in the future. Nothing will change. As I told you, free fate, nothing will change. But the moment you are completely aware of what is happening, you automatically can start improvising your life and start moving in the right direction.
True.
And hence the word Jyotisha. Look at our ancients, how beautifully they have named this word Jyotisha. Jyoti is light. Asha means everything that is around me. So Jyotisha is that which illuminates everything around me.
Correct.
It prakashana, it gives that light immediately, and it makes sure it does everything. By itself, Jyotisha does not do anything else. It just illuminates. That's it. But that's the greatest thing that you get. And that's why it's called the eye of Vedas. Of all the angas that is there, it's called the eye of Vedas. Because why? Eye needs photon.
Yes.
It needs light. And Jyotisha kicks in that way. So when you start the science of Jyotisha, remember, it's one of the most sacred sciences that you have to do it. You are the most blessed people in the whole world to actually have taken up this study. Even your first 6 months of study, which are just first or second chapter in the vast science subject of Jyotisha, itself is a great blessing because you are in the path of moksha. And as you study, as you start realizing yourself, as you start understanding how things work, your moksha marga becomes much more deeper, much more intensified. And as you go into the moksha marga, you will start realizing that you will become a daivagna. And hence, people who study Jyotisha, you can call it Jyotishi and all is a modern language, but the true meaning, the true word that has been used is daivagna.
Wow.
Because you go into that state, that supreme state. Making sense?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Are you all agreeing?
Yes.
Let's look at the chat window and see if you agree or disagree. I'll also take a small
Please.
coffee
Please.
break. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody is yes and agree.
Excellent. Now, when you start studying Jyotisha, as I told you, scientific spirit is important. You need to think in an absolute manner, and you have to be extremely proud about what you do. But when you do this, my suggestion to you is follow certain things. And this is something that I have been taught. When I was young, my grandfather, Dr. B.V. Raman, I was blessed, I would say, to have been personally tutored by him, coached by him. I made my mistakes when I was young. I was aggressive. Like anyone else, I expressed a bit of my teenage lifestyles. I used to, give predictions in the school just to get some brownie points, because I had learned all these small techniques from my grandfather. But then certain things started happening, and then he started telling me a few things. And over a period of time, I realized that those things have actually kept me in the right path. When you begin the study, you need to observe a few things. Primarily, I would say Adveshi, Nitya Santoshi, Ganitagama, Paraga. These are the three things that you need to begin with. There's a whole lot of things, but I'm only going to request you to do three things. The first thing that you need to develop as a personality is Adveshi. Adveshi means you should be a person. Dvesha means hatred. Advesha is the one who doesn't hate anybody. It is extremely important that you cultivate this habit, not just in Jyotisha, but everything around your life. If you want your progress of Jyotisha to be better, if you want your predictions to be accurate, you need to develop Adveshi. Now, our Rishi Munis, they do not blindly use these words. The reason they use the word adveshi, not dvesha, not dvesha, hatred. They said you don't have to like everybody. They could have used the word premi or right prema. They could have used the word. No, they didn't use it. They said you don't have to like or love anybody. It is very important that you don't hate anybody because it should not be misused. A dveshi. It should not be misused. At the same time, when you be this way, your reading of the horoscope will be unbiased.
True.
Because you're unbiased, you are going to make a very fair judgment of the horoscope. So when you say your lagna has Jupiter in it, we don't blindly say, okay, this person has Jupiter in it, that means he'll be a little fat or he will not have hair because lagna has Jupiter. No, that is not what you want to do. You will also look at the dignity of Jupiter. You will also look at which zodiac sign Jupiter is based in, and then you make a very informed decision. If you have to do this, one of the quintessential requirements is you should be adveshi. The second thing that I want you to do is this: Nitya Santoshi. A person who is not Nitya Santoshi means Nitya is everyday. Santoshi is happiness. A person who is not happy on an everyday basis. If you are going through a personal problem, if you are in a depressed manner, if you are angry, if you are agitated, if you are anxiety, if you are showing some signs of anxiety, if you are panicking, how can you do the right interpretation? How can you teach anybody, or how can you use it to yourself? One of the
Brilliant.
greatest things about Jyotisha is you should also be using for yourself. But if you want to use it for yourself, how can you do it if you're not a Nitya Santoshi? So that means you need to have that frame of mind so that when you make your predictions, you don't hallucinate.
Definitely.
And if you need to do that, you need to be Nitya Santoshi. So when you start looking at Jyotisha, when you start studying this, one of the key things is you need to keep your spine erect.
Straight. Yes.
You need to have a little slightly, your chin should be raised, and have a very calm, smiling face. Be happy. Everything keeps happening and going. You don't have control over it. Remember, you only have control over the response. So smile, be happy. So I don't want to see any more poker faces. I want all of you to be happy, smiling. Okay? And then comes Ganita Gama Paraga. That means after these two is when you have to start your studies of Jyotisha. You cannot start your Jyotisha without these two in place. So we, as Jyotishis, I'm a born Jyotishi, right? So I'm born in this family. So I was blessed to become a born Jyotishi. If I'm a born Jyotishi, it does not make me qualified for becoming a Jyotishi just because I was born in the family. I had to earn the right to study Jyotisha and then the right to interpret the horoscope and then the right to predict it and then the right to give remedies. So I need to go through all the four phases. First, right to study, right to analyze, right to interpret, right to predict, and then right to give the remedies. I have to do all the four phases. If I have to do all these things, my family was extremely strict about it. They didn't give any leniency. I had to go through the Kriya, I had to exhibit these things, and only then were progressions made for me. Which means that even you have to do it, you also have to go through these things. And as you're beginning this study, do these two, Adveshi, Nitya Santoshi. With that, let's go to the next one. When you study Jyotisha, you need to also start getting your body, mind, and the spirit right. And this is where we use kriyas, and this is where we do sadhana. Now, I'm going to give you two simple mantras that I would recommend all of you to start doing, chanting, as you start doing your Jyotisha study.
Definitely, sir. It's like on a Guru Purnima because mantra, until and unless given by a person who himself has done that, you are not able to perform that mantra at 100%. We are blessed that sir is giving us the mantra to perform it. Thank you, sir.
Yes. So the first mantra that you all have to do invariably is to pray to Sharada Devi, Saraswati, a very simple mantra. And this is an open mantra. Anybody can do it. You don't need an initiation. So you don't need an initiation. It's a very sattvika mantra. It is not a rajasika or a tamasika mantra. The mantra is Om Saraswatye Namah. I'll repeat this again 2 more times. Okay. The second time when I repeat it, I want you to repeat it along with me.
Please unmute everybody. Yes, just a second. Please unmute and repeat after sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
okay. So we will all begin. Om Saraswatye Namah.
Saraswate Namaha.
Om Saraswate
Om
Namaha.
Saraswate Namaha.
Saraswatye
Namaha.
Om
Saraswate Namaha.
Third time you repeat it yourself.
Om
Om
Saraswate Namaha.
Om Saraswate
Om Saraswate
Mute yourself.
Namaha.
Please unmute everybody.
Saraswate Namaha.
Sir, unmute yourself, sir. Just a second. Unmute yourself, sir.
So now
Sir, you are again muted. Sorry, sir. Don't know. Yeah.
Now it is important that you get this understanding right. When you say Om Saraswatye Namah, it is Nama, not Namaha. The Nama ends with 2 dots. It doesn't end with a Ha. It is not pronounced as Ha. Okay? The way it is pronounced, and for you to remember in the future, is Om Namah Shivaya. Did you see that? Namah Shivaya. You don't say Namaha Shivaya. You say Om Namah Shivaya. So Namah is the right pronunciation. The Ha comes from here, whereas this Ha comes from here, the pit of the throat. It's a vowel. So Om Saraswatye Nama is the right pronunciation.
Sure.
When you pronounce, you have to recite this 108 times every day and do Purva Bhimukha. Purva means east. Purva Bhimukha, and 108 times. Follow this with Gayatri Mantra if you are initiated into this. If you are not initiated into this, don't worry. Om Suryaya Nama. That's the mantra that you need to do. So 108 times of Saraswati, followed by 108 times of Surya. There is a reason why there is 108, and there's also a reason why Saraswati comes first, and then Surya or Savitru comes next. I will not go into the details of those, maybe in another one, but what I want you to do is I want you to follow it in this fashion. This is when you're studying Jyotisha. As you start studying Jyotisha, before you go into analysis and predictions, this is the 2 mantras that you need to do. Before going to prediction, promise me all of you, before going into a prediction, I want each one of you to do Sundarakanda Parayanam. Until you complete your Sundarakanda Parayanam, don't venture into predictions.
Definitely.
Until you finish your Sundarakanda Parayanam, don't venture into predictions. I tell this because you might have some predictions which might get you excited. You might make predictions that might go wrong. Now, remember that when you're predicting about somebody else. and their lives are in stake. You may not know, but you will start acquiring karma. Any right prediction gives you an equivalent positive karma. A wrong prediction gives you an equivalent negative karma. You need to get yourself elevated into that sadhana level before you start making predictions. Because you might think it is nothing, but over a period of time, you will start seeing how the repercussions of the predictions start happening. So that's why you go through these phases. You go through the beginner's phase, then you go to the analysis phase, then you go to the prediction phases, and then you go to the remedy phases. As you go to in these phases, there are different types of prescriptions that come across the stages. You begin with your mantras, get your learnings right. As you progress with your learnings, you will then start investigating things, you start analyzing things. As you start analyzing things, start doing your Sundarakanda, and then you will have to go through a Kriya. And that's a very deep Kriya that you will have to go. Once you do that Kriya is when you will do the predictions. And after that Kriya, you have to immerse yourself into sadhana. And after a point of time is when you can start giving predictions. That is the only path. There's no other paths. So this way, there's no two paths, option A, option B, easy option, shortcut option. Nothing is there. For Jyotishis, there's only one path, and this is the path. This is the prescribed path. Parashara tells you the same thing. Varahamira tells you the same thing. Mantreshwara tells you the same thing. Garga, Hora, everybody tells you the same thing. So go through this path. With this, I'll take a small pause. I think I have covered enough, and I have also exceeded my time limit.
No, sir.
But if
Actually,
you have any questions,
yeah, I have
feel
few
free to.
questions, sir. Sundarkand Parayan means for few days we have to do Sundarkand or each Tuesday or Saturday. What do you mean by that particular part?
Excellent. Good question. So Sundarakanda is a full canto. So today, everything is available on the internet. So you will get a PDF, you will get all these things. What I want you to do is I want you to start in the first page and go all the way to the last page of the canto. Now, some people do it in one sitting on 15 days. Some people get three months. Some people might even take 1 year, depending on each one's speed. There is no recommended path. There is a path that is used more for convenience perspective, but it is not really a prescribed path. What I would recommend each one of you, and this is what I tell all my students, is you take it in your own speed. Every day, spend about 30 minutes, read that. Now, there's a difference between chanting and reading. You're not blindly, you're not reading that. You're actually going through each one of the sloka, trying to internalize what it is meaning. For example, when Anjaneya, he decides to go, he doesn't just go to any Parvata. He goes to the Parvata called Mahendra. Think it to yourself. Why is he going to that Parvata called Mahendra? Why not another Parvata? Indra, Maha Indra, Mahendra. Why Indra? Question that. Similarly, when he starts going, before he goes to Lanka, he encounters 3 different scenarios in the ocean. One, a resting place, then there is a Surasa, then there is a Simhika. So why does he encounter? Understand that. Similarly, as he lands, he doesn't just directly start. He goes to one place called Trikuta. Every word that was used, why did he go to Trikuta to observe? There's a reason why Trikuta was given. Trikuta. 3 means 3. Kuta means points. Understanding the point system. What does it mean? Trikuta, he's basically triangulating things. When he's looking from that point, he's basically looking at what are the different entry points. What are the exit points? Where is the flow of economy happening? Where is the flow of people happening? Which is a civilian route, which is a control plane, which is an executive plane. He's looking at triangulating all these words. So that's why it's called Trikuta. Everything is very beautifully explained. So go with your own pace. Go through the entire thing all the way till he comes back. And then it is also recommended in certain scriptures. In fact, the classical scriptures don't recommend it. This recommendation has come only probably in the 16th or the 17th century, where it says, after doing this, also read that chapter where Rama becomes the king of Ayodhya.
Okay.
So it is recommended that. But then again, classical scriptures have not gone into that detail. If you just do the Sundarakanda, it's a very good thing to do, and do it at your own pace. Understand every lesson that is there, every sentence that is there.
Why I'm laughing? Because before starting my predictive journey, I was said by my Nana Ji to do Sundarkand for 43 days in the Brahmura. And for past 13 years, I don't know how I have started, but on Tuesday, I am on fasting and doing Sundarkand. That has been from the childhood because I am also the from the lineage of an astrologer. Uh, my Nana Ji and Mama Ji, everyone is in the astrology field, so they guided me in this way. And so there is one question I have been waiting to ask to you, and I have personally messaged you also, but in the comment section, I don't. It was been lost somewhere. First thing, sir, you take different Vimshottari Dasa for the country to interpret it country thing. And I have watched over and over. Your prediction is 100% right on that particular Vimshottari Dasa. And the rest takes right now, people are talking about Mas Rahu Anta Dasa, be it whatever. But what are the calculation and what are the years you have taken and why it is? If you can enlighten us with that. I have been thinking a lot, I have been reading, but I have never find it anywhere. But I have heard, I have seen you because you commented. I commented on your post, and you said, "Hey, look, child, I take this off when Sotri Dada." Then the conversation lost somewhere. So I was in my mind whenever I meet you, I ask this. Please, sir.
Yeah. So Vimshottari essentially means 120. The word Vimsha, Uttar, Vimshottara. Vimshottara is Vimsha Uttara, means Shata is 100, Vimsha 120. So 100. Shata is 100, Vimsha is 20, so 120. I still take 120. For mundane horoscopes, I take 144. Simple. Number one.
Okay.
Now, how did we arrive at 120?
I don't know.
What do you think?
No idea because I practice Brighu Nandi Nadi. In that we don't use Vimshottari Dasa. We use only transit and gochar of Jupiter.
So we're all human beings, right?
Yes.
So why did we come to this earth? Use the chat window if others want to speak as well.
It's
Use the
okay.
chat window. Why did we come to the earth?
To fulfill our pending karma.
Very good. Spot on. So what was the last word you used?
Karma.
Karma. Very good. Who is the karaka for karma? Who holds the karakatva for karma?
Rahu Ketu. The axis of Rahu Ketu.
Saturn.
Shani, correct. Saturn. Excellent. Now, how long does it take for Saturn to go around the zodiac?
30 years.
30 years. Very good. So you answered that as well. Excellent. Now, how many times does it need to go to complete 120?
4 times.
4 times. Nice. Why 4 times?
I guess all the we have 4 Purusartha in which we have
You know the
Vana
answer
plus.
yourself. You know the answer. You have Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha.
Yes.
Purusharthas. You need to fulfill your positions that way. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Interestingly, This is from a Vedic perspective. So let's go a
Yes.
bit of science. As I told you, right, we need to think in an absolute language.
Yes. Yes.
A language in which a NASA scientist also understands versus a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer or a teenager. This DNA that we have, that we inherit, the first fusion that happens of the sperm and the egg, when it becomes a cell, scientifically, how many years do you think it can actually be there?
No idea.
You all have chat GPTs of the world. So next time do it and see if it is 120 years.
My goodness.
Ask these questions. Cross-question them. Cross-question chat GPT. Don't use the old versions. Old versions don't have the training data. Use the new versions. And you will see. And this was done by our seers 8,000 years ago. We call ourselves advanced in the age of AI. Look at how advanced they were even 8,000 years ago. That's why all of us should become Daivatna. And if one of you in this becomes a Rishi, even more greater, but somebody becomes a Maharshi, that's the ultimate state, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, my son was coming, my second son, he was there. He was like, Papa, can you tell me how to become a Maharshi? So I showed him a photo of Ramana Maharshi. And I said, if you are like him, you can become one. You have to reach that pinnacle state to do it. And the best part is Jyotisha gives you that channel to go in that direction.
True, sir.
I want to be mindful. I'm sorry, I have a consultation in 15 minutes, but I'll take a few questions from others and then I'll
Sure, sir.
stop.
Anybody has any questions to ask? If not, I have one, sir. That is, we have heard many things about
People
remedy.
can use the chat window if you want.
Yes, please. Sir, does the remedy as people are giving in sorts right now, I don't personally believe those are real remedies. So how do you prescribe the remedy? What do you actually see or are just insight to remedy? What are the basic insights to remedy?
Yeah. I think this audience is probably not ready for remedies. But I will give you some tidbits about it, right? I'll not keep you disappointed as well. When we say remedies, we are looking at it in 4 angles. We actually don't use the word remedies, right? So we call it pariharam.
Parihar.
We use upayam, isn't it?
Yes.
We use nyunikaranam. There's different words that is. Why do you think all these different words are there? We use the word nivaranam.
Nivaranam. Yes.
Why do you think these words are being used? These are not used randomly. There's a beautiful methodology in pariharam. So any problem, the most important thing that you want to do is to completely eliminate the problem. You looked at certain combinations and you see, yes, this can be completely eliminated. That is what it's called as nivaranam. So the remedy that you give is a nivaranam, elimination. No, I cannot remove it. It is going to be there. Then the next thing that you look at, okay, if the road is like this and the road is bumpy, can I take an alternate route and avoid that? That is what is called upayam. So first is you remove it out. No, I can't remove it, but it has to be there. That is not in my hand. Then you try to circumvent it. That is why it's called upayam. So the next way you prescribe is upaya. Okay, I cannot eliminate it. I cannot circumvent it. What do I do? Okay, at least let me reduce the intensity of it. Nyunikaranam. So when I'm going in the bad road, at least let my car have better shock absorbers so that I don't feel that much of problem. So nyunikaranam. So nivaranam, upayam, nyunikaranam. What if I've already jumped into it? Like what if I'm already sinking? Then somebody has to bail me out.
Yes.
Right? There's a swimming pool. Now I can avoid it and go different path. But unfortunately, I didn't see I've fallen it off. Now, can you keep talking about Nyunikaranam, Pariharam, Nyunikaranam, Upayam, Nivaranam? No, you're already there, immersed. And that's where Pariharam comes into place. So each one is a particular way in which it is there. A very sukshma, very, very subtle way in which you address these things. And it's as I told you, it's a very different thing. For you to do it, you have to finish the sadhana for you to even get into that thing. So there's only that much I'll give you enough for the team. But yeah, I think that's where it is. Let me just take one or two in the chat window and see.
They asked about what is Kriya and what do you mean by Kriya and what Kriya do you recommend?
Oh, okay. Good question. Kriya. So there are two words, karma and kriya. Do you know the word called act? To do something, act. Right? Now, act can become activity or act can become action. What's the difference between those two? If you are mindful of what the outcome is, if you do it on knowing what the outcome is, then it becomes action. If you do not know what the outcome is, and if you're doing it based on an instruction, then it is called kriya, activity. Action is karma. Activity is kriya. So that's why Krishna says, karmanye vadikaraste. People have forgotten the actual Sanskrit words. Krishna says, karmanya vadikaraste. Not do your duty, forget the end result. Krishna says, do your duty with the outcome in mind, because you need to align yourself in the right direction. Otherwise, you'll go in a different direction. If you do not know what the goal post is, you will go off post. You will detract. You need to know outcome. And remember, this was all composed by Vyasa. So he is not some ordinary, he is a Maharshi. Every word he uses is there, right? You could have said, Kriyasve Vadikaraste, your Lagu Guru, Anushtup Chandra, nothing would have changed. Everything would have just still been the same. But he used the word Karmanya Vadikaraste because you need to be outcome based. When you do Kriya, that is where you do not know what it is. And hence it should be done only under the supervision of a Guru. Okay. So when you do the Kriya, your Guru knows exactly where you are being nudged. So he is actually nudging you in the right direction. You are going forward, but he is nudging you. So this Kriya that we are looking at is a proper set of rituals which can only be done by the Kriya, by the Guru supervision, the Kriya. If the Guru is not there, you should not be doing. Nowadays, unfortunately, it is being wrongly used. The word Kriya has been abused. There is properly, for example, I have seen a lot of gurus who are doing Kriya Yoga, but all these things happen within the Guru's vision, within the Guru supervising, monitoring it and doing it. So don't undertake any Kriya just by yourself. Okay, so that is what is a Kriya. The Kriya is something, a set of sequences that you do, which includes Japam, Sadhanam, Yoga, Samyama. Samyama is going to be the most important thing in the entire Kriya. So if the Samyama is there, Dharana, all the way to making sure that Dhyana is taken care of, then your Kriya gets unlocked. And that happens only when it is done under the supervision of the Guru. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Namaste, sir. What do we mean by Devagna? Devagna is, yes, Deva is energy, Deva, Devi, masculine energies, feminine energies. Devagna is that energy, you become an embodiment of that energy. That is what is called Devagna.
Great. Any
Okay,
questions?
with
Because sir
this,
has
can I?
the yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
you
And
have
if
another
any
5
time,
more minutes. Yeah, you can ask me another last question. I'll take, and then I'll.
yes, Arjun, please unmute yourself.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good evening, actually. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
evening there.
Oh, it's
He's on
evening
the
for
West
you.
Coast. Yeah.
My apologies. Good evening, sir. I have a very pertinent question, sir, and I've been searching for the answer. It goes with something that you said in the beginning regarding the karma that we accumulate, and the difference between fate and free will. Sir, I always have this question that how much of free will do we actually have? Because whatever I've learned, it is said that because say even in astrology, I've heard, gurus like even Suraj sir and the past teachers that I've learned from, that in astrology, if someone is learned enough, they can even tell you the split second, things that you're doing. For example, what clothes you will be wearing, or what food you have had to eat. So the question that I have is that when we talk about free will, is it actually free will to begin with? That is my humble question, sir.
Yes, it is free will. 100% it is yours. Now, unfortunate or fortunate, we are bound by the capacity of this body. Think about it like this. Your heartbeat is in some range, right? About 55, 60, 70 beats per minute. What you can do, you can suddenly run very, very fast and increase it to 120. Or you can do pranayama, calm down, breathing, and reduce it to about 35, 40. If it drops next to that, it's critical for you. Your body cannot take it. If it becomes zero, you're dead. If it's more, also it's bad. So you are range bound. So your free will operate within the facilities of your body. That's what you can do. You can go to the extreme end of that range, either side. But that's it, you're range bound. So sometimes when the fate is too strong, our capacity is not there. And hence, this early insight. The moment you have an early warning signal, let us say there's a signal saying that there's going to be a tsunami somewhere. You know that you don't have the capability to swim and survive. So what do? You let go of that place and go somewhere else. That insight is the most valuable thing. And that's the beauty of Jyotisha. It gives you that insight. It gives you that early warning system. It's like your GPS. The moment you're trying to travel to a destination, you will suddenly see 3 different routes, 3 different times, somewhere the traffic is stuck. Automatically, you know where you should go. You will automatically start doing it. Jyotisha is like a GPS. It suddenly gives you that awareness.
I understand, sir. I understand. So we are bound by the human body that we have, bound by those choices.
Yes, you're bound by that, but at the same time, you can have yantras and you can extend your faculties. Yantra in this case is a car, or yantra in this case is an umbrella.
Well,
Got
thank
it.
you so much, sir. Beautiful answer. Thank you.
So before ending the session, I know you have a prior commitment. First, sir was only going to come for 20-25 minutes, but really thank you, sir, that you have given us such huge knowledge. And there is nothing without basic. And how, because 90% are here new students who are learning BNL and going to learn Vedic astrology. So, sir has given you the base on which you can stand. first. Second, sir, I would also request whenever you get time, do remember us, do savor your nectar of knowledge. And I ask people in the near future, when you want to do real research, sir has beautiful magazines and lot of efforts are put in. Not only sir, I also follow Niranjan Babu, sir, and they and your both are putting great efforts for the world of astrology because I haven't seen people giving out their knowledge that too free of cost. People are very, you can say, business oriented, and the way you are doing the service for the group and for the people of Jyotish is hats off to you all. Thank you so much. And Mohit ji will just give 30 seconds. Yes, Mohit ji, please complete fast.
Yeah, Namaskar, sir. So I can totally relate you whatever you have taught us today, right? Because I have been studying with ICA's daily chapter, right? So we always wait for the physical session to happen because Guruji A.B. Shukla ji, right? He always focus on the meditation part specifically for 30 to 40 minutes or 1 hour, right? That energizing all the chakras, right? With the help of mantras and everything. So I can totally relate whatever you said, right? So thank you so much for showering your blessings to me, to all of us.
My pleasure. Nice meeting you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste. And
Namaste.
please take up this beautiful science with sincerity. It is your path to moksha.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste.
I will definitely, sir. Thanks for your guidance.